Good morning. It's Breakfast with Delz. The great debate today. Nas versus Jay-Z. Nas versus Jay-Z. It's such a common thing. We talk about this at least once a year. Whether it's at someone's house, little get-together, barbershop, barbecue, just online in general. It's always such a debate. Nas versus Jay-Z. And you can look at it in so many different ways. You can look at it as career-wise. Who's more successful? You can look at it lyrically. You could look at it just hits. There's so many different ways to look at it. So when you see Nas versus Jay-Z, what are you thinking about right off the bat? Or are you thinking about career? Are you thinking about lyrics? Ali Frazier, what are you thinking about?
When I think about these two, as a businessman, if I had to get some business ideas and whatnot, I get from Jay. But if I want to get some learning how to become a MC, a rapper, I'll have to get it from Nas.
Okay. I respect that. I mean, look, Jay-Z has built an empire, Think about all the stuff he's done, from the Def Jam stuff, business-wise. And forget about the Def Jam, being the president of Def Jam, but think about even before that, Rockefeller Records with Dame Dash, right?
Yeah.
That's huge. Business-wise, I think he triumphs way above and beyond Nas as far as business. But musically, I'm a Nas guy. Jones, I see you shaking your head and shit. What's going on? What you thinking?
Yeah, you is Escobar.
Hope's the best in my mind, man. Y'all ain't gonna get me to change. Hope's the best in my mind.
I never change.
He's never change. I never change. I like Hove a lot, man. Hove, to me, Jay-Z is the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. And there's nothing wrong with coming in second place, fellas. Nothing wrong at all.
Oh, it's like that. Okay. Explain. You can't just say that and not explain. Why do you feel this way?
I think Cove is just more of a well-rounded artist when it comes to. I mean, if we're just speaking about being an MC, or are we talking about all around?
Well, that's the question. I mean, what do people think when they see this? We see this, as I said, all the time. This is Nas or Jay-Z, Nas versus Jay-Z. Chat.
Nas is an MC, Jay-Z's a rapper.
When you read this text right here, Nas versus Jay-Z, Nas or Jay-Z, what are you thinking of? I want to know, what are you thinking of? Are you thinking lyrics? Are you thinking about overall package business? What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Jonesy?
I'm going with Hove the whole way.
No, I'm talking about, what do you think when you hear this topic? What do you think? Are you thinking just lyrics? Are you thinking just hits? Are you thinking just business?
Overall contributions to
hip hop?
To hip hop, whether it be lyricists, whether it be marketing, whether it be business, all together, it's a whole new ball game than was in the 90s, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It's overall, it's a lifestyle, and to me, Hov is the epitome of that. This is my opinion, and the best artist of my generation, no questions asked.
Damn. Okay, best artist of this. Are you sure he's your generation? No, he hasn't put out nothing in a while.
Absolutely. We're not talking about Bob Seger, Creedence Clearwater.
So you said that Robert De Niro is not our generation. Hey, Jay-Z's our generation. When was the last time we got an album from Jay-Z? I'm just busting your chops.
The last time Nas dropped the album? The last time Nas dropped the album, I believe?
No.
Nas just dropped an album not too long.
Hov didn't interrupt that. I think that's the first time Hov hasn't interrupted a Nas album in quite a while.
Yes, you're right, because he does be doing that dirty shit. When Escobar drops an album and then Hov just comes tiptoeing, bloop. Oh, I just dropped the album out of nowhere. And Jay's infamous for doing that. Even with Jadakiss back in the days, Jadakiss does a feature with Maya, and then all of a sudden there's The Best of You, Carolina Boom Kicks, a remix, and then it's a summer anthem. He kept doing that to Jadakiss. The Fiesta, remember Fiesta? Did that with Fiesta too, bro. He did it with a lot of joints.
I agree. Okay, let me ask you, Delz. Well, what puts Nas over Hove in your opinion?
I just love Nas's music over Hove, music wise.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's just stick to music.
I feel like I relate more to Nas. I feel like when I listen to Nas, I actually get something out of it besides just a good feel and just bars. I feel like I actually get food for thought a lot of times. I also I just love his character, his persona more, you know. JAYZ, don't get me wrong, he's one of the great ones. As far as business, as far as a male figure, as far as what he has done as a human being, accomplishments, above and beyond. You know, I mean, this guy has done it all.
Yeah. His full body of work.
Yes. So business-wise, I don't even think you can compare the two.
No, the guy's a mogul.
Musically, you can. They both have a lot of joints that they've worked with. They've worked with a lot of the same producers throughout the years. They've worked with a lot of the same features. If you look at Nas, Eminem too, they both have done work with both of those guys. You know. A lot of different people they've worked with throughout the years, you know, you name it. They've done the same joints. You know, we just got that Nas EPMD 2 with Eminem and EPMD. And then we have the Renegades joint with Eminem, which I feel Eminem bodied JAYZ on that joint, to be honest with you. You know, we have the Beef records throughout that period of time. And I think that Ether destroyed him on Ether. Absolutely sunned him. Sunned him. Yeah, went out with the Super Ugly after, talking about personal stuff. But
yeah. What I say, like I said, Nas is the MC. MC hands down.
Okay. Well, okay. So you boys are putting them MC wise. MC wise, you guys are putting Nas over Hove. No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Lyrically, he destroyed him on that Ether record. He destroyed him. Talking about Rockefeller, talking about freaking at the end too with Jadakiss. Talking about him and Dame being basically trying to be like Big and Puff. There's so many. Every bar basically, he's speaking kind of factual shit, bro.
He won the battle.
First JAYZ, when he came into Super Ugly, it was just a low blow. Like, yeah, I boned your girl, and he was very disrespectful. He said about the car seat, which he ended up apologizing. Remember with the line with the rubber in the car seat, which is really disrespectful. And New York radio wasn't very fond of that too. I remember they couldn't believe he said that. I remember interviews and that was just a low blow. It's like, a nut shot, like boxing hits him with a low blow. Like you can't get points off that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like JAYZ was so in desperation, he didn't know what to do after Ether. Like his back was against the ropes, bro. He didn't know what to do.
Okay, so let's go. So we're gonna go ahead and give Nas the. I'm not gonna debate that because I agree 1,000,000,000% that Nas bodied Hove on the Ether joint. I mean, if you think, to me personally, but I still let's look at post Ether. Hove is number. There's Nas is just like nipping at his heels. Post Ether, Nas has been nipping at his heels.
And Nas is such a great storyteller. Excuse me. We had some JAYZ great stories. Friend of Foe was crazy, and then remember they came out with the VHS tape. I know we're showing our age, but I'm proud of my age. I'm proud of being able to go to the store and buy that tape. The Streets is Watch. I'm literally getting goosebumps just remember going to that store on Central Avenue in Yonkers and buying that shit. and then popping it in, and he goes into he's in the hotel room warning the guy, you know, and then the friend of foe comes on, and then the other joint, that ding, 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 that beat when he throw something about with Biggie. I'm not rapping shit, Jesus Christ. And then he shoots him in the bed and whatnot. Like, it was theatrical, you know, like old JAYZ, he was really great with storytelling. And I think as JAYZ got older, we didn't get the storytelling, more storytelling about it wasn't like how he was back in the days, we'll say. He still does storytelling, but Nas, I feel, really paints pictures all the time. Lyrically paints pictures.
He's a Picasso.
Yeah, JAYZ used to back in the days. Like
I feel like
first 3 albums.
A big time he has matured into an overall artist rather than being just an MC as he started. I think with Reasonable Doubt, Streets is Watching, The Blueprint, Dynasty. If you listen to some of those albums with JAYZ, who I reference as Hov, you know, I believe that's some of his stronger lyrically albums. You know, Life and Times of Sean Carter. Some of those first albums are him lyrically. But to me, as he's grown over the years, he's become something more than just a hip hop artist, which is probably taken away from his MC, his you know, people's idea of him being an MC instead of more of an icon in the hip hop world.
Well, don't get it twisted though. JAYZ is one of the greatest MCs of all times.
No doubt.
And I'm not saying Nas by a long shot. I'm talking like this much.
Yeah.
I want to make this clear for people, that this audience that's watching.
Yeah.
And make sure, guys, if you love this kind of content, let us know by hitting that thumbs up button and then sharing this also. There's a little share button. You hit the share button, then just hit Twitter or Facebook or something social media wise. And we'll keep doing these. And if you have any other suggestions of other debates, leave it in the comments after we're done with this broadcast, or if you're watching on the playback, please do so. And we'll really keep that in mind.
Delz, what's the best Nas album, Delz?
The best Nas album is a tie between Ether and actually, you know what? It's hard to say, bro.
That first album, Illmatic.
Not Ether. I was saying Stillmatic, Stillmatic and Illmatic, but also It Was Written was a masterpiece also. And I feel like people don't put enough respect on It Was Written. It Was Written was a masterpiece.
One of the best.
Beginning to end. And I personally loved all of Nas's albums. There's no Nas album that I didn't listen to and I was like, wow, this is absolutely incredible.
You feeling Nostradamus real well?
Yeah, I was rocking with Nostradamus. Was fire. Shout out to Dame Grease, man. He did a lot of production on that shit too, man. Okay. That was a fire album to me. But a lot of people were disappointed in that album.
Yeah, agreed.
A lot of my friends were like, yo, you're bugging. You know, they were like, no, Nostradamus is not that great of an album.
But I gotta give Nas credit for probably having one of the best, if not the best, sophomore album of all time.
100%.
Sophomore, because a lot of people fall to that sophomore jinx and can't live up to that first album's billing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Nas, to me, hands down, one of the best sophomore albums of all time. No question. No question.
It Was Written was incredible.
Yes.
And it does not get enough respect. It Was Written.
Because it's semi overshadowed by Illmatic. I mean, Illmatic.
Of course. But you got to also keep in mind, Illmatic wasn't a full-length album.
No, it was an EP.
Yeah.
It was an EP. But the production, the hunger, the lyrics. I mean, you can really hear it in young QB's finest right there, coming out right off the top in that first album and the second album. That's why I give him a lot of love on that second album, because you see a lot of artists even today they fall to the sophomore jinx where they try to live up to that second album and don't quite get there, and it becomes semi of a disappointment. That second album with Nas though was super special, if you ask me. Very nice. It has a special.
JAYZ's first album versus Nas's first album. Where do you go?
Nas.
Yo, what up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, DJ Delz?
Hey, how you doing, man? What's your thoughts on this? I see you rocking that second album right there.
Yeah, man. I gotta go with my boy Esco, man. I love Jay. But
Same here. Here.
But hey, man, Esco was my dude, man.
So what gravitates you more toward Nas Escobar over Hove?
To be honest, when I first heard the message, because I heard it was written before Illmatic. I'm a little younger, so I was a child when Illmatic first came out. And as I got older, I remember, you know how you remember when your mother and your uncles and everybody had certain CDs.
Yeah.
And but you know, you would listen, but you couldn't really understand it because you was a kid. Mm-hmm. So I revisited it was written, and I listened to the message, and the message was what got me. And then after that, once I heard I Gave You Power, I was like, oh no, man.
I mean, I Gave You Power is literally rapping about him being a gun.
Right.
A mother-effing gun. I mean, dude, like, I got the craziest goosebumps. I remember cutting school, going to buy that album, then going to the Bronx, buying hella Chunky Black back in the days, and just sitting in the park, listening to that shit in my Jeep, hot boxing it, just rolling blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt. And me and my boy Dave were just blown away. But when that came on, we had to keep playing it over and over again because it was like, yo, I mean, lyrically, what do you comparing that piece of work to like JAYZ? Like, he has nothing like that.
What, that
he doesn't have a rewind when he starts telling a story backwards and shit like that.
I mean, that's definitely a nice little piece to have in your collection, but it just shows his it shows Nas's versatility, and that's a dope album. That rewind, it goes back in.
Illmatic was crazy.
It was absolutely fantastic. I really like that album. But then you got JAYZ in that Blueprint album.
I love the Blueprint.
The Blueprint is classic. It's classic.
Look back to that Blueprint album, but that first Nas album to me with Primo and Blake, I mean, that is up there. And like I said, he has the best sophomore album. But then you look at Hove and The Streets Is Watching. You gotta look at Hove.
You got to go to the second album. Let's do that. Let's go to the second album. Like with JAYZ's second album was Hard Body. Tracks that stick out to me. A million. Remember?
Love a million. Yeah.
But he had commercial joints like Sunshine and I Know What Girls Like. Which
You Must Love Me. You Must Love Me.
I didn't like those records. Streets Was Watching was tough. Who You With was crazy, and then the big banger on the album to me was Where I'm From.
Classic. That's classic.
People freestyling over and over again that beat all the time.
That was classic.
Other guys don't walk.
Friend of Foe 98 was crazy too. When we visited that, Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, with me being from the Midwest, like when I heard both Nas and Jay, and this is before what rap is today, where everybody's swagger jacking and biting other people's style. It gave me more of an insight to how it was in New York when I listened to both artists, because they brought their experiences, they brought their different characteristics, whether it been from Brooklyn to Queens, and I was just like, man, the way they whole style was and everything, I was like, yeah, this is New York for real. Yes. And nowadays everybody don't really. Oh man, it's a mess nowadays, man. It's a mess.
It's definitely messed up. So let me ask you a question. That Nas's third album had to be that. I am. Yeah. I Am, right? And I Am was nice too. I loved I Am.
One of my favorite songs. Dope.
That's what had You Can Hate Me Now, right? Wasn't that?
You Can Hate Me Now. You Can Hate Me Now. One of my favorite songs on there was him and Scarface, Favor for a Favor. Him and Scarface, Favor for a Favor. That's one.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was ill.
I love the JAYZ Scarface. I think Beanie Siegel was on it too.
Guess Who's Back with Kanye West. Yep.
The Dynasty, right? Wasn't it on the Dynasty?
Oh yeah. That was. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dynasty album is incredible. Yo, you know what my shit is too? The joint with Too Short.
It
was all real just a week ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was that was on the Volume 2. Yeah, that's classic. That's classic. That's classic. But you know what's crazy? It was something that always resonated with me that one of the security guards in my high school said, because it was at the time of the JAYZ versus Nas beef. And he was a big Nas fan. And everybody was going with Jay because at that time Ether didn't drop and everybody heard Takeover. And everybody was just like, man, it's over for Nas. Nas is done. And my security guard was talking to the kids in the hallway. He was like, I'm gonna tell you the difference between Jay and Nas, man. Jay tell you guys what you want to hear. Nas tell you dudes what y'all need to hear. And everybody was like, they was just like, get out of here, man. Yeah, they was like, get out of here, man. Whatever, man. Nas is done. Nas is played out. And then Ether came out, and then the next week after that, all of those kids that was talking about Nas was done, Nas was washed up, they turned into Nas fans overnight.
Let me tell you, there was a record that he put out that a lot of people didn't get their ears on. It was a record called Stillmatic. It was a white label freestyle off of a Rakim beat. Yeah,
I heard that.
And
when he was dissing Jay
on that too. But that was like an underground joint. But Jones, if you listen to that was a piece, bro. That was a piece right there.
I need to get
But then when he came out with Ether, dude, like I'm telling you, like to me, like everything about the record. I mean, Takeover was crazy. I seen the first time he performed it. The first time it was ever premiered was at Summer Jam. I showed you guys T-shirts on this channel. Yes. If you want to see, you see the T-shirt collection. I got the T-shirts from that show where he put on the Summer Jam screen. Prodigy.
That's when he told Nas, "Don't be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen."
Yeah, I was there. I was effing there, bro. And my boy, I can say it now. My boy, Jeremy Dash. That's Dame Dash's little brother. He called me and told me, you better go to Summer Jam today. I can't tell you what's gonna happen. He's like, all I know is JAYZ's about to go at Prodigy and Nas. He said, you better go to Summer Jam.
Packed your bag. You dipped. You got right in the whip.
I dipped. I got the tickets. I went. He said, you have got to go to Summer Jam.
I'm on the way.
He gave me the CD of he gave me a CD at Rockefeller he picked up of the Beanie Siegel disc without K Slay on it. And Going at Kiss. And I had it from my mixtapes back in the days. I had it without K Slate screaming all over it. And he told me, you better go, bro. You better go to this show. Thank God I went to that show because it's one of my highlights in hip hop in my life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I
live for this shit. So I was like, dude, to see that was so crazy. And I knew it was coming. I knew something was coming.
Yeah, that was when that disc dropped. A lot of people thought it was over for Nas at that time.
Dude, I had a tape recorder recording it.
Yeah.
No lie. You remember back in the days, you had a little voice recorders? I used to walk around with those trying to get radio drops for people. I got a drop from Kanye off of one of them little recorders back in the days when he was just producing music over in the Universal building. But, man, I'll tell you, man, lyrically, I just feel like the man freaking Nas just impresses me a little bit more.
Yeah, and I love Jay. I think Jay's definitely an MC, but when it comes to like Nas, man, he was one of the best, even with the situation with Pac and everything. And I love Pac. I'm a big Pac fan, but like when Pac was going at everybody in New York, and even the Outlaws confirmed it, like during his last days before he passed away, he was listening to It Was Written. Mm-hmm. He was listening to It Was Written over and over. And of course, that's where he got the concept to do Me and My Girlfriend from I Gave You Power.
Yeah.
They confirmed that.
I mean, go ahead.
No, I was saying, so I see what direction y'all going. Y'all going definitely. I see where everybody up here on the panel is leaning towards Nas, minus myself. Let me ask y'all a question. So if you go through his first, so we're putting Illmatic over Reasonable Doubt.
I'm honestly, that's a tough thing to say because I'm going to be fair. Man. Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt was classic too. Even
That
the Can I
was.
Live
That
and
was.
all these records,
That
like
was. Politics as
Hustle.
usual.
Dead
Brooklyn's
Presidents,
finest. Brooklyn's finest.
Brooklyn's
Yeah,
Finest.
okay.
And no,
Yeah.
look,
Right.
you're comparing a 7-8 song album versus a full length album.
I mean, we can go.
It's hard to have that debate because you don't have enough pieces. You know what I'm saying? It's like doing a sneaker battle and someone got 8 shoes and the other one got fucking 20 shoes. You know what I'm saying? How can you even compare? Like,
can't knock the hustle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I was gonna say, man, I'm kind of
feeling it.
Yep.
Oh,
the Eagles.
And let me tell you, the visuals were crazy to these back in the days.
What's that?
Yo, Dead Presidents, they're all sitting there. Biggie, AZ, Nas, freaking. There were mad people on that table. I think Lord Finesse was. I mean, it was crazy. Everyone's just sitting on that table.
Yeah.
The visual, and that's why Hova really like took the world by storm, and just not even just Jay-Z, but the movement.
Yeah,
because the visuals were crazy. The Cristal and the heads weren't doing it like this guy.
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe was a
Friend or foe was a massive, and that is a Picasso.
The Eagles.
He's telling a story, and that's why when we got The Streets Is Watching, the visual of that was crazy.
The Streets Is Watching was absolutely fantastic. Slept on, in my opinion, man. And then,
I mean, if you're a young cat watching this, you have got to watch Streets Is Watching. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
What was my favorite, even off the soundtrack? In My Lifetime and Murder
You'll
Gram.
Be a Customer.
And Murder Gram with him and Ja and DMX.
Oh, that was great. That beat too was nuts.
Yeah.
What about that? See, okay. So what about
and they had that joint at the end with everyone on it. It was like an awkward beat. It was like dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if y'all remember
I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, that was on The Streets Was Watching.
Yeah, it was at the one of the very end joints. It was crazy.
It's got to be
yes, it was crazy. Right? Source Money, all them dudes were on it, just going in.
Yep. Everybody. That was.
But it was an awkward beat. The way that you caught it, you know what I'm saying? I wish we could play it. But yo, it was hella awkward the beat, but it was fire. Once you got used to it. It was nuts.
That shit.
So Jay-Z's. It's a tough call on the first one. As I said, I gotta back off of that because my problem is that it's easy to come out with an album with 8 good records versus 12, 13 good records.
Yeah,
that's a tough task. It's almost double the songs.
And I'm not going to lie, my bias was leaning a little towards Nas, but when Mr. Jones was saying, of course, naming off all the tracks on Reasonable Doubt. I'm like, you got a point. You got a point.
It's this much, man. You can go. You can't lose. It's so debatable.
This is a conversation we could talk about for 50 million hours. You know what I'm saying? Blackout Custom says, question: do you think Jay would be the man if Big was alive? But Nas was the man when Big was alive. Ooh.
Yeah, he got a point. Because even Big gave shout out to Nas at the Source Awards when Nas won Album of the Year.
But what about how many cuts does Nas have with Big? Brooklyn's finest.
Yeah, but that don't mean shit though, Jones.
You know what I'm saying? I love the dough.
But what does that mean? What are you trying to get at saying that?
They Hove and Big were kind of tight. We're tight.
So you're if anything, you're helping debating that if Big was still around, that Jay wouldn't be around because you're basically saying that Biggie helped give him the rub and put him over.
I'm saying if Big was around, these two would have made a record together. These two were homies. They would have made a tag.
I know they're homies, but what I'm saying is if Big was still alive, Big would be where Jay-Z is, don't you think?
See, it's so hard to tell because
there was rumors that Biggie was going to start his own label.
Yeah, and I believe that. That's the direction they all go.
He was going to do his own thing.
Yes, yeah, I agree to that. But it's such a small. We only got a handful of what we were gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
don't you wish that freaking Biggie recorded like how JAYZ recorded? I mean, like excuse me, like Pac recorded. Like
so
Pac recorded like a madman. JAYZ, you watch the
Hey,
movie.
they was calling him One Take Jake for nothing. They wasn't calling him that for nothing.
Record like this, like bang up 5-6 joints, and you see that movie, right? I don't know how true the movie is, but it look like Biggie just like to f around and roll dice and smoke and bone all night, and then at the end of the night just lay some down.
Yeah.
It was like he'd be like he was
one
kind
of my favorite one of my favorite big joints, Get Money remix. The one where they sampled the one where they sampled the sample with Dennis Edwards.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah. You better pull over, get money. You can be as good as the best deserve, but as bad as the worst. Yo, when that came out in New York, we went nuts for that remix.
You had to.
Oh my God. I remember like yesterday listening to that shit on the radio in the back parking lot of my school. And we were like, yo, this is crazy.
And you didn't even move till the album was done, did you? You sat there and rocked it right in the car.
I'm talking about that remix. That remix was crazy, bro.
That's how
yo, salute to Blackout Customs, man. I like that, brother. I like that. You setting off a tone. Super chats, show that love. We also got the Cash Apps. Please let me know if you do the Cash App, though. Let's turn up, man. It's hump day. We Wednesday in it, talking some hip hop. And don't forget, we want to know if there's anything else y'all want us to talk about in the comments. We're at the Delz Show. Make sure to subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Stop it. Oh, watch how I do. Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is the homie Blackout Customs. Yeah, Big had a lot of sweet remixes. Oh yeah, that was my shit too, man. Dolly, My Baby, Super Cat. That was when Puffy used to rap like Onyx. He was like this and talking like that. If you never
remember that.
He's like, I was like, Super Cat.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, man, why is Diddy talking like he's a Rasta, man? I'm like,
yo, he sounded almost like a mixture of like Onyx and Tekashi. Like it was crazy. If you never heard, you just search Super Cat Biggie remix, and you will die when you see. He's like, oh, daddy. With
that Super Cat joint.
It's so funny, bro. And Big killed it, man. I love it. Let me call me Big
Papa. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
but that beat alone with Mary J. Blige. Keep in mind, Mary J. Blige was on that remix too.
Oh man,
that was a crazy freaking
Puffy in the background.
So I gotta ask you guys. I gotta ask all of you guys off the King Disease 2. What did you guys think about Death Row East?
Oh, fire!
You love that record, Jones.
4 mics, no questions out of 5. No.
What do you think of it? 18.
I thought it was, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie because I was a real big Pac fan. So at the time when Pac was like going at New York and all of that heavy. Like all of these stories didn't come out till later on. Like, and man, I can't even like. I'm a little disappointed to know that Pac know who did that to him, but he kind of blamed Big for that situation. I can't, man. I wasn't feeling that, man, because like after all of those years when people was thinking like Big really had something to do with that situation, only to find out no, Big really didn't, and it was like some real Brooklyn dudes that you had, issues with that really did that to you. That kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because it had everybody like on that whole like thinking you had legitimate reasons to really go at, and then it turned into a whole New York versus East Coast versus West Coast thing, and you know, it made it not safe for artists to go to New York, and it made it not safe for other artists to go to Los Angeles.
Dude, that thing was so big. I remember being in high school and middle school, excuse me, and seeing the People's magazine with freaking Snoop on it with the war, you know, East versus West. I mean, that thing was so crazy, bro. Let's get to this money real quick. Yo, G Fish, thank you for the donation. He says Nas on verbal intercourse. Wowzers. What was that? To the lights, cameras, and action, glamour, glitters.
That
was classic.
Yo, he went off. That was one thing. When Nas did a feature, it was crazy. Like, what was the joint on the infamous album? Eye for an Eye. Oh my.
Oh yeah, God. Eye for an Eye was classic, man.
Sick.
Yo, let me hit that button. Yo, salute, bro. That, you know, that's the ultimate compliment. Them super chats. Thank you, G Fish.
And
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is G Fish. Thanks for the dono, my man.
Smoke
and
heat, that's cold heat.
Smoke gold leaf, the whole heat, nonchalant. Yo.
And at that time, man, a lot of people, because you know it's a newer generation today. But I was telling my little cousin, because he was watching, you know, that hip hop show on Netflix with me, and I was explaining to him, I'm like, at that time, man, New York was extremely dangerous. It was extremely dangerous. It was not a place that you would, because I would have family members that would visit New York, and they was like, oh my God, parts, you have to be very careful going into certain parts because it is not safe. And you talking about like the late 80s, mid 90s to late 90s, like, so like when I was seeing different interviews from artists on the West Coast, they said they was getting run up on in New York, and they just like, yeah, what's up with that East Coast, West Coast stuff, you know? And they just like, you know, I hate to say it, but part of that, Pac played a part in that, you know?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, growing up during those times was like freaking nuts, bro. Yo, we got a super chat from Riddick. He says, Grandma Betty heard Jonesy say he wanted to get funky with the Golden Girls, so now he's putting on an extra outfit for him. Oh my goodness!
All right, Grandma Betty.
Shout out to Grandma Betty. Yeah, Halloween's coming, man. It's gonna be crazy on the Sneaker Addict, so beware.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Tito, go to sleep. Old man, go to sleep.
Your ass ain't coming to my house, bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Damn.
You ain't coming to my house. Jeez. Your ass ain't coming to my house, bitch. Bitch.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Riddick and his grandma Betty coming for Jonesy. Jesus Christ. I still can't believe you said that yesterday, Jonesy. You wanted to smash one of the Golden Girls. You were out of your effing mind.
Sheesh. Damn.
Everyone's quiet.
I don't know. What is that? Is that a mountain lion?
I don't. Jesus. So yeah, for people that are just walking in here, the discussion is Nas versus JAYZ, or Nas, or we could go Nas or JAYZ. When you see this on social media, you hear it at the barbecue, at the barbershop, at the party, people debating. What do you think of? Are you thinking lyrics? Are you thinking overall hits? Are you thinking success? Hit-wise, though, you got to give it to JAYZ.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
He had street team. He had people pushing his music. So of course, if you got that type of power, if you're in the industry, you're gonna be ahead of anybody.
I disagree with you. With a little respectfully, I disagree with you, yo. Listen, the reason why Nas didn't have the commercial success, he was very poor at picking beats at times during his career, where he didn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of people did not like the beats that he would rap on as his career went on. That was a big complaint with a lot of people. In debates, I've been debating about this all my life, basically. A lot of people say, yo, Nas got terrible beats at times, you know?
A few times he did.
But I've always liked him. Nas makes music, I think, for himself. JAYZ makes music for success. I feel like, and if you also look at the format, when Life or Death came out with Biggie, he took that same exact format and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, the album after, he had the down south, not the down south joint. What was it, Midwest, like the fast rap? Where's Bone Thugs?
Yeah, Bone Thugs is from Cleveland.
Yeah, so he had that kind of fast flow shit. Remember, he had that one joint. I think Twister was on it, or someone was on. He took the whole format of everything JAYZ that Biggie had, and he did that on that. That's a fact of life. You could look at it. You could look at the two. But there's something about now. Look, One Mic. That's to me one of the great songs.
Oh man,
yeah, One Mic is nice, but. You know, Redman.
Nah. You ain't just gonna do that, brother. One mic.
All I need is one mic, one light.
Are you crazy?
To me, that was the best album on that.
He went from a very low voice, and as the beat builds, he is building to the point where there's aggression in his voice, and as the beat is building.
Hey, Delz. Jesus died at age 33. That's 32 shots with. Oh, no, you say Jesus died at age 30. Yeah, Jesus died at age 33. That's 32 shots with 10 Glocks. That's 16 apiece, which means one of my guns was holding 17. 27 hit your crew. 6 went into you. I was like, oh my God, man.
Bro, that song.
Oh my God.
There's nothing like that song on the open road, late night, coming from a good night, and just that shit blasting in your car.
All I need is one mic.
Oh my God, that song is a masterpiece.
One of my favorites Nas has put out, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when I hear Nas, I look at his art. I don't even look at that shit as music at times. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Yeah, I know you're a Hova guy. I am. There's no way in hell you just about to mention One Mic and keep it moving. Oh yeah, that's all right.
One Mic is hot, man. One Mic's my favorite song. Is
incredible.
Timeless.
I mean, yo, you go listen to that. You haven't listened to that in a while.
Timeless.
Hey, when I saw that in live, that was fire, man. Nas is. Hey, man, it's this close.
I've seen Nas live, but it wasn't that great. Nas live. I'm gonna be honest.
He was the worst one I saw live. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I mean, it didn't even sound like him at times. You know what I mean?
He didn't show us any love, man. Cincinnati. He came up there. He was done, and like. All I need is one mic. You know what I'm saying? It was real quick.
But we're talking about albums. We're not talking about performance.
I'm just throwing that in there.
JAYZ's performance is phenomenal.
It was stupid. I saw it too. Right after 9/11.
You've seen women. What did you say about JAYZ?
I've seen Hove live.
And what do you think of his performance?
Absolutely phenomenal. Right under Snoop Dogg as the best hip hop performer I've ever seen.
And for someone that doesn't have energy. Because he's a very relaxed guy.
He brought it because what brought the energy.
Delivers. He gets the crowd going. The jigga what? Jigga who? He had the crowd screaming.
He had the whole crowd rocking the diamond.
Just the middle. Everyone screaming it, bro. I was at the Hard Knock Life tour, bro, twice. Yo, he rocked the effing stage. But did you see that recent interview? He said, I had to step up my show game because of DMX.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
DMX had the whole 50,000 people.
Yeah, because he was at that bar. He was doing that barbershop thing with LeBron. And he was like, yo, can you imagine going on after DMX? The motherfucker's got Alizé and Henny look like blood. He's drinking it. And then all of a sudden the lights go and then you hear and then it comes out 1 2 1 2 and the excitement like
went crazy.
I swear it felt like it was yesterday, bro. I mean, we went nuts. And then all of a sudden he goes, then halfway through the show, he takes his shirt off, so all the girls are going crazy. And then he finishes off with a prayer, and he got everyone crying, including him. He's crying. And, you know, he's like, now I got to go up.
I would say at that time period, too, around 98, that was definitely the resurgence of New York hip hop.
Oh, yeah. And DMX was like, DMX was a king of New York.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just never talked upon because he was such a thug, you know. He was such a street dude. You know, he wasn't the big jewelry guy. I mean, I've seen him iced out, but that's not, you never think of him as the flashy guy. Yeah. And I think that's why we love DMX so much, because he was very relatable.
Yeah, definitely. He was.
And Nas, I feel also, I could, as much as Nas was very flashy, I felt like when he would speak, he would talk about stuff that I can actually relate to in life. JAYZ, I couldn't relate to all this Cristal shit and all that big talk. You know, I was a kid.
Billionaire talk.
Yeah, I didn't have none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's definitely understandable. You're absolutely right, because you know, especially with Jay had kind of like, you know, the real kind of mafioso boss type of style. You saw Big leaning towards that as he got like into his second album. The first album, Big, was kind of, you know, grimy Brooklyn Bed-Stuy, but as, you know, time progressed, he started leaning more towards that itself. And Jay came out on that. Jay came out with, you know, like the Don, like the Don type of style. Even when you look at the artwork in Reasonable Doubt,
especially like Brooklyn's Finest. You have
Brooklyn's Finest.
That was a masterpiece collaboration.
That was.
But
damn, I was gonna say something. But Nas was very flashy too, though. And he was kind of like that Escobar gangster shit too, you know.
Escobar season. What about that?
100%. And we probably, if y'all want this debate, we'll probably do that debate next. Raekwon versus Ghostface. We're not gonna talk about right now, but this is something that me and Jones have been going at behind the scenes for a while. If y'all want that, hit the thumbs up and leave comments and request it. If there's any debates y'all want, I want to start doing more content here like that. There's no reason why we shouldn't be doing that. We talk about hip hop all effing day behind the scenes. We always do.
I wish Pun would have got a chance to live.
If Pun was still alive, he could have been like that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he was well on his way. He had no problem making commercial hits, and he would put out some of the hardest records still to this day.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see. Do you think if Big L and Biggie survived and still made records, this would be the same conversation as JAYZ and Nas? Look, Blackout Customs made a great point. Nas was the man when Big was around, you know. Nas was that guy. So, you know, and JAYZ was upcoming.
Big L was good, but
Big L was incredible, but he didn't have that chance. But look, they were planning on signing him to Rockefeller.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, that's so sad.
What's your favorite Big L song? Just real quick. I like Ebonics myself.
Yeah, me too. It's my
favorite. My favorite is Casualties of a Dice Game.
Yeah.
That's fire. That Ebonics shit.
I like that Devil record when he talk about him being what's that devil shit? What the hell is this song called?
The Devil's Son, I think.
Devil's Son, yeah.
That's it,
I like that shit. It's crazy. That shit's hella wicked.
Yeah, it was like, but you know, when people put Biggie and people consider Biggie this, Biggie that, Biggie only had 2 studio albums. Am I correct?
Yes, and then they came out with a third one that was kind of just put together.
Yeah, and I like
if I'm not mistaken. Salute, bro, for that. That was dope right there, man. Salute. We hit you that ultimate Delz.
Boom! What's good?
What's good is Steve Redman. Salute, bro. Salute him. JAYZ, Swagger Jack, Camp Low.
You can say that about all those guys, though. A lot of them, you know.
So,
well, one of those guys from Camp Low did an interview talking about that too. Maybe like last year, I think.
I got a question for you guys. With you guys
Go ahead,
being
bro.
when you guys being New Yorkers, one of the
No,
biggest.
I'm a New Yorker. These guys are.
Delz.
Oh, okay. With you being the New Yorker, Delz, one of the guys. I mean, a lot. I've seen interviews from guys from like the West Coast and different places. They said New York didn't give them respect when they came, to New York. Like New York was real. Didn't.
That's false.
Didn't. They said like New York used to boom a lot. New York just used to be like
I listen to everything.
Oh, okay.
From the West Coast. Like
so
I mean, as far as the not everything, but as far as we loved like everything from Death Row and all of that shit. The only time when it got bad was once Tupac dissed Biggie. I stopped listening to Tupac. I'm gonna keep it funky. I was like F Tupac because I was a young kid. Like, so I took the shit personal. Like,
Yeah. You know who else said that? Immortal Technique said that in the interview. He said he was like, I was really, really upset with Tupac after that.
I couldn't listen to him no more. Yo, I had to shut the damn song off. I was so mad. I was furious. And then the mixtape game, he had like people like DJ Doo-Wop, yo, F Tupac. Like, so it was like, yo, New York. Once the drama went down, they crushed the buildings and all that. Yeah, we were really. But keep in mind, the mind state was of like a 13-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid. So it's different now. I look back 8 years ago. I was in New York City, man, in front of SOBs, chilling with Dog Pound. Corrupt and Bass,
big city and dreams.
In New York, you know what a surreal vibe
they got shot at it in New York, right?
Well, allegedly, something like that back with that drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, what? Steve Redman made a comment here. He said, I look at it like this. JAYZ had songs that you would want to party to, but Nas had songs that would make you think about you as a better person and what you could do to improve this world. Really?
Yeah, 100%.
But Hov had some cuts. Hov had some cuts, but I mean, Nas is out there, rapping about, being, the kid, doing this and doing that too. They all had.
Yeah, but JAYZ don't got. What song does JAYZ have that makes you really think?
I do anything. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Anything for you. Right. And that's a Grammy. I'm pretty sure. That's a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was my.
Yo, that was incredible. Sing it again.
That's a one-time performance. But be real with me, that's a Grammy. He won a Grammy for that. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is, wasn't that song on Beanie Siegel's album?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Grammy for that hit. So how can you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And then
but that's one different song. Every single album, Nas has like 3 or 4 gems that are like he's always giving you fucking gems.
A message.
That's what you want to do. Good. When I listen to these hip hop artists,
that's what I'm saying. Though people, that's what Steve Redman's trying to say. Some people don't want that. Some people want that.
Yeah. Well, shit. I like Mr. Rogers too. Ain't no doubt about it, man.
Come on, bro. You gonna compare Esco to freaking Mr. Rogers? You are out of your mind. That bucket hat is tight on your head, bro.
Not at all.
Your brain is not, there's not enough blood going into that skull of yours, clearly, after what you just said.
No, but that's not, there's other artists that I want to listen to if I want. I look at these two as the creme de la creme as far as lyricism and spitting and going hard at the album.
Time code that. All right, hit that timestamp on that.
That was a Grammy-winning song record right there, though. I'm pretty sure. So that's a feel-good song.
It was It's a Hard Knock Life was the record.
Shit, I just want to love you.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't anything. Only you love that song so much.
That's a feel-good song. You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite songs, of course. One of my favorite songs that Jay produced. I mean, that Eminem produced for Jay off the Black album, "Moment of Clarity."
Yeah, Moment of Clarity was crazy.
That was my joint.
Man, that Moment of Clarity.
That whole album was sick.
Yeah, it was.
That's it. Was it? Allowed me to reintroduce myself. I like it, man. Hey, and think about like. So there was a period there where Nas was like going, you know what I'm saying, with Uchi Wally, and what was that? What was that?
Man, don't remind me.
I'm hoarse. What was that? What was that goofy name?
Hey, calm yourself. Calm yourself.
The Bravehearts, man.
Bravehearts. You like Bravehearts?
No,
Bravehearts. I like Bravehearts.
I'm hoarse. The one that
I love that. I love that. but so he reminded me kind of like homeboy that was with Pac. He had like that deep kind of voice.
Oh yeah, big sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just that was like that.
Hey, listen, I like them.
A big horse. Uchi Wally
was a fire record. You bugging. You guys didn't like it?
No, I didn't like Uchi Wally.
That was you played down the club back then? People were
you're right.
Oh, you was getting wet.
Yeah, you was getting
yeah, that was a popping record back then. That was a big hit.
But in the car, you rocking that all night. You turning on that joint in the car right now. Uchi Wally.
No, because I'm listening to the new Nas album.
I know I am too.
And you are too. We talked about that Nas album too.
I know. I love that new Nas album.
Yeah, you beginning to be disrespectful. You remind me of Noriega, what he did to freaking Sons of Man and them guys.
Oh yeah, man. He did kind of. Yeah, he did kind of front on. Yeah, he kind of fronted.
Yo, this proves that money changes people, man. Because he used to be all about that hip hop shit, the roses. And it ain't gonna say that. That was foul, bro.
Yeah.
You don't do that, man. He was basically saying that he was using. I forgot exactly what he said, but it was foul.
Yeah. He was talking about MC Sham.
He was talking about.
No, he called them like flunkies and all of that.
He was saying that they're flunkies.
Yeah,
he called them flunkies. Said Shaheem, the Wu Gambinos. You know,
yeah,
Sons
of Man and different. And them dudes was hard, man. Them dudes.
Hell yeah, they were.
Killer Priest is fire.
Yeah.
He was all over the album.
Apologize. Who was that guy? I forgot his name. That came in there.
Oh, Mickey Fax. And with the weird thing about Mickey Fax always seems to be around when there's this Wu drama going on. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was around during that Joe Budden shit.
Oh yeah.
And now this again with Wu.
Mm-hmm.
And Killer Army was fire, bro.
Killer Army was fire.
Beretta 9 and all them guys, they were dope, man.
Was that Killer Army that dropped the Rigor Mortis album with RZA?
Ooh, was it? I think
you gotta just leave it in the chat on the playback if you could remember, because I'm gonna forget that shit. Because as soon as the show ends, I gotta go get my son.
So what was the best Nas album in y'all's opinion?
Best Nas album?
Had to be Stillmatic or Illmatic, right?
My favorite is It Was Written.
It Was Written is up there, man.
So tough. That's a close second to Illmatic.
I think I'm gonna go Illmatic. Yes. It Was Written and then Stillmatic.
Agree. So, okay. So, give me the best Hove albums.
Reasonable Doubt. The Blueprint.
Okay.
And Life and Times Volume 2.
Oh, you like Volume 2?
What was
3?
Yeah, 2 was my favorite.
Let me see what 2 was.
3 was 2. Was
two. It was 2. I agree. Because 2 had crazy records. It was 2. That I agree exactly with you. Because you had like Hard Knock Life.
Money Cash.
You had the Jigga What, Jigga Who, Money Cash Hoes.
And then
and a week ago was actually on this album. It was all good just a week ago.
What about Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
And that was produced by our boy, the Green Eyed Bandit.
And Reservoir Dogs was crazy, man. Even the back and forth. You had right before you had who went? It was Styles, and then at the very end, Styles first. It went back and forth real quick with him and Hova. It was dope. G Fish, what up, bro?
What up?
What's your thoughts?
Money Ain't a Thing was on there.
Hold on, let him speak.
Both JAYZ and Nas' first albums wasn't appreciated until the second ones. If you really think about it, Nas got his commercial success and became the king of New York on his second album, which led to beef into kicking the door.
Are you where are you from? You're not from New York, right?
No, I'm from B-more.
Yeah, see, in New York, that's all we were listening to in New York, those first two albums.
That money
like the anticipation for the second albums was like enormous. It was like on a level of like when Wu-Tang came out with the Wu Forever, like the anticipation. So it may have been different outside of New York, because New York back then was its own little bubble, you know.
Outside of New York.
Yeah.
Because me and my boy was just talking about this, and I was just like, people, like, it was written outside of New York made people go back and listen to Illmatic.
That's
and then even Jay said it, you know what I'm saying, they ain't appreciative the second one came out, as your name out, put Jiggle on top. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody put them
in New York, we had, you know, New York radio was constantly playing those guys. And then plus we had Bobbito and Stretch on Thursday nights.
Yeah, you guys did have all of that, man.
So we knew about, and we had mixtapes too all the time. So we go to like Fordham Road, the Bronx, and buy like the new DJ Clue tapes and doo-wop tapes and Tony Touch mixtapes, and so Fat Beats. We had all these areas where we would get music, because there was no internet back then, guys, for you youngsters. So the only way you would hear shit is from people, you know, or radio.
1 point, I would say, you think people that are Biggie fans more prone to liking Jay, and people that are Tupac fans more prone to liking Nas?
Nah.
I agree on the first part with Biggie, because Biggie was kind of
they were tight.
He was kind of trying to help Jay-Z's career. That's why he kept doing all them features.
No. I'm talking about the song matter. Like, if you think about it, like Jay and Big is kind of like, it's like even though they was alive at the same time, but I'm talking about like the style, and then you look at Tupac as far as like messages in the song and stuff like that before he got on the Bishop pot. You look at Nas, you know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z definitely took a lot of Biggie's format of albums, I think. I feel like Rockefeller really, and that's why the Ether song cut so deep, because they took that whole Bad Boy format, I felt like, at one point. But with Nas, I never compared Nas to Tupac. I felt like they just were both deeper than
no. I'm not talking about like as all of them are individuals, but I'm just talking about the message and what they trying to do.
Oh, you're saying about fan bases? You're saying
like Nas is trying to, like how Steve Redman said, like how to improve the world. Tupac was on that before he got on the Bishop. And
because you had records like Brenda's Got a Baby that was hitting hard.
You hear me? Stuff like that.
And then I can't remember the exact song. I think I want to say All Eyes. If you listen to, is All Eyes. I think the song called All Eyes on Me. And there's one song, I forgot the name of it. I think Street Dreams. If you listen to both, it's the same beat. One sped up and one slowed down.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Yo, well, you guys mentioned that Volume 2, right? Volume 2.
Yeah.
And you remember that cut he had on there with DMX? Money, cash.
Yeah. That shit was crazy.
That was classic.
And the craziest thing was, the crazy thing is, once that third verse hit, you forgot all about Jay-Z's verses.
Yeah. But you know what?
You know what was ill? What was ill? The Hard Knock Life tour. He come from the back. It would rise. There would be like a platform that would rise with DMX.
Nice.
When he do his verse. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
I would say for both artists now, though, like even when you listen to it, when in that time, you trying to understand it. But if you listen to it now at your age, you go back, this shit get even crazier. If you go back and listen to Ready to Die, and you go back and listen to all of the beginning, like Nas and Jay, and even AZ, like people sleep on AZ.
Oh, AZ is phenomenal, and his new song with Jaheim is crazy.
You go back and listen. You go back and listen to AZ first album, and then now you fast forward all the way up to this point. Now you start understanding, like he was basically saying shit before he was aware of what was going on.
And I think that had to do with age too, because some of the stuff I just didn't understand what the F was like. Now I understand some of the shit they were talking about. I was so young, I didn't understand some of the stuff they talked about.
Like Prodigy was talking about Illuminati. People
let's not talk about that here. I want to keep my ads going.
Yeah. I want to try to get deep into it. I was just using that example. Like people wasn't understanding that then until now.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of gems. Even another album that I always talk about that I love. It matured so much as I got older. Was the Bobby Digital and Stereo album, because some of the shit Bobby was saying back then, I didn't understand what the hell he's talking about. But now I'm like, whoa, this guy was ahead of his shit. Like, you know,
on that Dynasty album, Hov got a little, there was a couple deep cuts on that Hov joint too, man. On that Dynasty album, they weren't just street cuts. Song Cry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're right.
The joint where he was like, talking about his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
With Beans on there.
Yeah. No, but what I'm trying to say is Nas gives you some kind of
Nas was like a better storyteller almost. You know what I'm saying?
Cameron said that same thing in the interview. Like he said he didn't want to beef against Nas, but at the time he had to take his spot in hip hop. But he was like, he said he was riding with his chick and she was dissing Nas in the car. He was like, "You crazy? Nas one of the GOATs, this, that, and the third." And she was like, "Yeah, but when I go to the club, I don't want to think." So that's what if you think about it, when Cam came out, it's totally different than Dipset. Killer Cam in the beginning with Murder Mace is totally different than Cam that's part of Dipset.
You're 100% on that, and you could hear the difference if you listen to the first album, and and the progression. Blackout Custom says JAYZ got bodied in a couple of songs. Nas never got bodied on his songs. 100%. Nas ain't letting that happen, and Nas, dude. They're both incredible. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, let's make it clear. Man. Let me hit this promo, man. Thank you for the donation, bro. I appreciate you, man. For real.
Tito, go to sleep. Old man, go to sleep.
Your ass ain't coming to my house, bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Damn.
You ain't coming to my house. Your ass ain't coming to my house, bitch.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Blackout Customs, man. Salute to Blackout Customs. Yo, I did this review on these shoes. Reebok sent me. These are $280 pumps. I need your support on this video. So after this show is done, or if you're about to leave, before you do, just go click. There's a link right in the description underneath the screen, and it'll say, to these Reeboks. I need your support. I'm trying to make some things happen. We got to get the views up and the comments up and the likes up. So, just do me that solid if you could, man, please. Shout out to Blackout Customs, man. It's for real. I mean, once again, both these guys are amazing, absolutely amazing.
But Nas, as far as him performing in the show, like I went to see that when he did one mic live, that shit get me chill bumps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so he did a good job. Okay, because Jones said
no, I ain't finished. He did that song. It gave chill bumps, and then it was crowd participation on they shooting. But I would say is paying admission to go see Nas. I will only do it one time because he forget his words.
Oh, so he on some Dipset shit.
He forget his words a lot. And look, I don't mean to spoil it, but I'm just telling off experience. Nas, when he forget his words, because the crowd is saying every lyric.
Yeah, so you can just keep going.
He put the mic in the crowd every time he forget, because the first time I got to see him, I got to see Jay when he came out with the Dynasty album. I didn't get to see Nas until he came out with the Relatives album with what's his name, Damian Marley or whatever.
That was a hot album too. Whew.
No, I didn't fuck.
Yo, I don't understand why we got that album and not the AZ Nas album, though, bro. That thing that really bothers my brain, bro.
That really bothers my brain.
I got brain pain off of that. Like,
and I'm
about that Firm album. Y'all didn't like that Firm album?
I liked it.
I thought the phone tab. What you gonna do?
Yeah, what the phone tab is crazy.
That was off.
You know what? I really liked it. The Firm album. It would have been better if they was able to have Cormega on there.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Who's a better MC, Nature or Cormega?
Mega.
Cormega.
I don't know, man. Nature
Nature is crazy too, bro. I can't even figure that out.
I can't
Nature first album was crazy, yo.
Yeah,
I think people favor Cormega because they were so hurt that happened. People loved him on the Firm. Because I was kind of like that. I was like, man, where's Cormega? You know, we want Cormega.
Nature was tough though on that, man.
Dude, but yo, Nature?
Yes.
Nature, no joke, bro.
No joke. I have to go back and listen to some of that.
Nature's incredible, bro.
I just forgot, you know, it's been so many years and those guys haven't put out, you know what I'm saying, anything super new. So I have to go back and do a little bit more homework before I can really
go in the chat and click this link.
Hey, Delz, which
right away.
One? The realness or the meaning for Cormega, the first two albums.
The realest. I'll say the realest.
The realest.
Yeah, definitely.
Good job, Delz.
Got that song. Who else is? What's the album that had Tragedy Gaddafi on that song?
Oh, that was such a jam too.
You know what I'm talking about? The slower joint.
I think it was the realest.
Yeah, that's the
realest.
Damn, that was quick. Good job. That was a cut too, man.
You know what joint I'm talking about? That.
Yeah, that's all the realest.
My joint was the joint with it.
Oh my god!
When they sampled from Juice. When
oh yeah, do. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was taking my headphones off all day today.
The music that's gonna be on today, man. I gotta run in like 5 minutes, bro. Damn it,
Jones and Delz, y'all got to give me my props though. I called in the Jadakiss and the Dipset joint. I called a couple songs and y'all was like, nah, they ain't gonna play that. I said Harlem, and you was like, nah, they played Harlem, and they played don't know what they do. I called a couple joints that y'all said they won't go play, and they wound up going.
You did. Delz called a couple too that were out.
Yeah.
You both called a few. Nice job, boys. Nice job. That was a great day. That was a moment in history, man. That was so nice.
I was a little disappointed in Diplomats, man. I thought they would have came a little bit better, better prepared than that. But
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say when Jada slapped Joel's bandana off on the floor. That was comedy. That was comedy.
Yo, that was pure insanity. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
So all you boys up here, all you fellas up here, minus myself, are putting Esco over Hove.
Of course.
Yes.
I don't expect anything less from you, Ali. But I'm asking everybody. Look, I don't expect anything else. If I say yellow, you say orange, Ali. I know what's up.
Jones, you see my profile?
I'm gonna say green. You say yellow, I'm gonna say green.
Hold on, say it again, bro.
You see the profile pic?
Yeah, I see your profile pic. I saw when you came up.
I see your profile.
So let me ask Calvin. Okay, so give me your, because I see what's going on here. Give me your best Nas album. I'll start with the man of the hour with all the power. Delz,
gotta go with Illmatic.
Okay, Illmatic for me.
But it still sounds so good.
My man with the eighth letter.
But look, but JAYZ's first album still sounds so good too.
Yes, it does. So you're going with Illmatic, and I'm going with Illmatic. What about my man right underneath me, the eighth letter?
I'm going with It Was Written, because once I hear the message, man, I'm not from New York, but when I hear the message, it makes me want to throw on my army fatigue and Tim's, man. So
yeah, but
Me,
yo,
I
when
don't
I hear
know, man.
represent, I want to do that too, bro. Represent, represent.
I don't know. I
Ali,
like
Ali,
all
where you
three.
at? Best album, Ali. Nah,
Illmatic.
Illmatic and G Fish, my man.
Man, I don't know, man. I like all three. I like
There's no wrong answer.
still. I
Gotta
like.
give me
I
one.
like. It's hard for me. I flip flop back and forth with them. Like the
Yo,
first
shout to
album
Black
was
out in the
dope.
building.
The second, I love the second album, and I love the third album,
Yeah,
especially what
yeah.
Nas is like.
That's okay. So you're having a tough time picking between the first three. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Blackout, where you going, famo?
Oh, I'm going with Illmatic, but I just jumped in to tell y'all that Nature has the best opening verse in Banned from TV and Hip Hop.
In Banned from okay. In Banned from TV.
Banned from TV. That's
I get cheeks to my father's features.
Hey, my man knows his thing. Blackout knows what's up, man. I respect that, man. I respect that. I mean,
yeah, that nature verse on Banned from TV is like one of the illest verses ever. And you gotta remember, he bodied it with Pun, Cameron, Nori. All of them was on the track, and he bodied all of them.
Nah, I say Pun had the best verse.
Right.
I say Pun had the best verse on Banned from TV.
That was Pun was tough. But Nature was on there too, though. And you right about that. That's a slept on song, Blackout.
That nature verse, man. He said, I get girls with my father's features and all that. Come on, man. That dude got off on that joint.
He
did. He said, follow the leader makes me go extra hard. Yo, come on, Nature body that joint.
Nature, I know you like Nature. I know you do. I like that, man. I thought Nature was tough, man. You know, he just what happened? You know what I'm saying? There has to be what happened. What I mean, he could have kept going. To me, like some of these cats keep going and some just fall off. He just went another lane, took a left, and everybody was going right and went somewhere else. What happened to this cat? That cat, man. Anybody know?
Nah, I definitely don't.
He chilling. He playing dominoes with MIC Geronimo right now. Just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them got into a beef with Nas, and then that paused their career.
Hey, salutes, Blackout. Great, good to see you this morning. Hey, so can I keep this going? So when Delz isn't still hearing me, man. So we all go ahead and give Illmatic. So let's go with the Hove albums. I'm gonna start from the bottom, from the rooted to the toot. I'm gonna go with you, G Fish. What's your favorite Hove album? Album, not record.
Album. I'm gonna say Blueprint.
Yep. Okay. Ali. Ali's watching those athletics. He's looking at that damn Yankees. That Yankees.
Oh man, I don't have a favorite album of his.
You don't have a favorite album? Come on, man.
I'm being honest.
All right, I ain't mad at you. What about you, Eighth Letter? What you got for me? What's your favorite Hove album in your opinion? He might be on a phone call. Well, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and co-sign everything. That Blueprint, but that Dynasty was right there to me, man. You know what I'm saying? That Dynasty album was that 1-800 Hustler, 1-900 Hustler with Beans and Bleak on that joint too. To me, the Blueprint is by far and above. You know what I'm saying? By far and above, I think. But that damn
American
Dynasty album
Gangster fire too, though.
Huh?
American Gangster fire.
American Gangster was tough, man.
No, that was really good. But the best JAYZ album to me has got to be his first album. I mean, you have timeless. I know all of them have timeless classics, but there's so many bangers on that album. Like beginning to end, it's like ridiculous. It's either got to be that or Volume 2. To me,
how you going with that at Volume 2 and not the crowd favorite Blueprint, right? Nice.
Blueprint, I got a commercial joints. I like hard hip hop, hard hitting records. That's what I like.
I respect.
I got a question. A good question. How many albums in the catalog is not skippable?
I loved all the projects. The Jay-Z's second album, some of them commercial songs. I Know What Girls Like, and
that was.
You Belong to the City and all that was cool.
That was hot though, that You Belong to the City.
I mean, not excuse me, not You Belong to the City. The other joint, Sunshine. I Know What Girls Like. I didn't like that shit.
With the bars.
I was saying it for both artists. You know what I'm saying? Like a joint where you could just
to
put
me,
in
Nas can't do no wrong. Even
skip.
on the Lost Tapes, I love that shit, man. Like,
Oh, I forgot about the Lost Tapes.
yeah.
Streets. Y'all ran through Streets Disciple and Hip Hop Is Dead like that.
Yeah, I fucked with all of that stuff, brother.
I don't like the double. I don't like the Nas double album. There's a lot of skippable joints that he could have put all into one and made a fire album.
Yeah, I mean, some of the records, some of Nas's later stuff was not that great, you know.
Yeah,
but
there was a little point there between 2008, 2009 until like 2012. He put out, like
and
I
he
said,
blew
like
me when he
Nas
recycled the same
album.
beat. When he
Life
recycled
Is Good.
when he recycled the same beat and made it 2 singles, like that killed me right there. Why you using the same beat again?
But then he recovered so well with that Nasir and that and King's Disease and King's Disease 2 and that Life Is Good. And I like that Distant Relatives album with Damien. I thought that was all right, man. To me, I thought that was
guys,
all right.
I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, it's getting deep too. It's getting deep.
Yeah. I gotta go get my son.
Gotta be a part 2 of this.
Yeah, there'll be a part 2. We can do a part 2 of it. Godson was dope too. Yeah, I like Godson.
Watch the.
But listen, I'm a Nas fanatic. Like I'm a huge Nas fan. Like huge Nas fan. So
what's gonna happen to the Republicans album they're supposed to come out with, fellas? Are we never gonna see that?
Yeah, nah, never.
Never gonna see them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We had that record, and then that was it. You know,
that was it. Damn.
Yo, guys, in the comments, please leave comments. I want to know how you feeling. I want to know who you got, Jay-Z and Nas, and I also want to know what's your favorite Nas and what's your favorite Jay-Z album. Share this video with a friend that loves hip hop, and let us know what you want us to debate on next by just when we leave, come back and leave a comment because we'll be paying attention to that. Thank you to everyone on the panel. Thank you all for watching. If this brought any kind of joy to your life, and you want to send any donations, feel free to. And please leave something in the memo so I can shout you out. The Cash App is RealDJDELZ, and it's going across the screen right now. And the PayPal is also right there. Now, I really, really need y'all to just please head over to this link and watch this video, please. Pretty please, with sugar on top. And then after you watch that video, watch the Kobe battle last night. We did an amazing tribute to Kobe. You have got to watch it. If you don't watch the Kobe joint, then you're missing out. You're really missing out because it was phenomenal. I mean, it was fun. It was amazing. I rewatched it this morning. I can't even believe how perfect it was. We showed probably maybe 100 pairs of Kobe's last night. So go watch that. It's in the chat. It's in the description. All the good stuff. Thank you guys. Love y'all. We'll see you possibly later. It'll be a later show tonight on the Sneaker Out. It will probably be around 7:30. It may not. We'll play it by ear. And we also got to see if there's anything to talk about. And we'll be back tomorrow here at 7 o'clock, 9:30 a.m., 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bong bong.